Hello and welcome to TK Sports. Today I'm joined by TK. Oh yeah, his name is so similar to the channel. I think we should call you Chico when you come onto this show, so that you know all those legal battles. We don't have to face legal battles and all that other stuff. Welcome to TK Sports. I'm joined by Chico. Chico, as you can tell by his fashion and wearing, he's a Chelsea fan. He requested that we do this topic. Look at the Chelsea goalkeeping crisis. So we're going to delve into three categories for this Chelsea goalkeeper target, and maybe Marina Granovskaya can listen to us, our advice, and make Chelsea a better team. Both Chelsea supporters. We're going to be looking at a dream signing, one which in our wildest dreams might happen, but clearly in the real world has got no chance of going through. So dream signing, a realistic, sensible signing, and a wild card, just something out of the blue, maybe a young and upcoming keeper we don't really know much about, but we're going to tell you guys and explain to you, make you know these guys and how good they are. So I'll give the platform to Chico, and you can start us off with giving us his realistic signing.
Thanks for having me around, Tinashe.
Welcome.
So when I was coming up with the topic for this video, basically, I thought to myself, okay, so here's how I study a good keeper. So I'm basically a metrics guy. I'm a stats guy.
I know.
Numbers, numbers for me usually tell like a big truth in terms of how well a good goalkeeper is doing. Obviously, there is the aspect that you look at the goalkeeper and then you see like the day-to-day performances. So when I looked up on this, I want to understand. And one guy who totally, basically, he sprung out for me was Thomas Strakosha. He's a goalkeeper at Lazio. He's 25. Transfer market rate him at about 25 million. He's basically this season he vastly overperformed his XG against by 10.33. Just to give you an example, when Alisson was bought over to Liverpool that specific year from Roma, he overperformed his expected goals by 10.58, which expected goals against overperformance basically says the goals that you conceded versus a matrix by whether we look at the quality of the shots that you faced, and then we see the probability of how those shots get into are going to go into goal, and then you see he really performed. He's performed 219 games, kept 66 clean sheets, and he's just he's like a very good shot stopper, which is basically what Chelsea need now. Because hey, looking at like Kepa, like every time a shot comes through, like my heart sinks. Every time a corner comes through. And I read like a very distressing stat that during the 2019-20 season, Kepa never saved a single shot, a single corner. Sorry, not like a single shot. Kepa never saved a single like reach for those corners, which is sometimes what you need, because the minute the ball comes into the 18 area, there's a lot of undesirables. And just to like cap it off for this guy, it's like a very small point, but because Chelsea is now sponsored by Nike, Nike usually incentivizes players going to clubs which work with their outfitters, and Chelsea
like Christian Pulisic,
and also exactly like Christian Pulisic, and even with the imminent transfer of Kai Havertz right now. So Chelsea would be incentivized by Nike probably to bring him across, and he's also like a very good goalkeeper. So yeah, the only drawback towards this transfer is that I'm forgetting the name of the guy. The guy at Lazio is very tough at negotiations. Apparently, he will push up the price. This is why basically no one has ever tried to go in for Milinkovic Savic, because she just says 100 million, take it or leave it. So yeah, back to you. I'm very enticed to know who you came up with this.
You know what? Strakosha, I really like him as well. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. But considering the money that my club has spent this transfer window, I'd want them to spend a little bit less for a lot more value. So I'll be picking Peter Gulaci, the Red Bull Leipzig #1 goalkeeper. He's valued at 9.5 million transfer market, the valuation website, and he's 30 and he's just starting his prime years. At 30, I think he can give us like 5-6 years at that level. And it's not like he's playing in a very, very small league. He got to the semifinals of the Champions League just now with RB Leipzig. He's a quality shot stopper. Especially they give him strengths when it comes to saving one-on-ones, especially one-on-ones. Is very good at that. And you know, in the Premier League, over the course of a season, you face a few of those. He gives us half a chance of saving them. So yeah, I'm not a metrics guy like you, Chico. You know, I like the eye test so much. I don't know, I just trust in my eye more. I used to like metrics a little bit before they told me that Iniesta wasn't doing too much. Then I gave up on metrics. So I'll be going for Peter Gulaci when it's the realistic goalkeeper category. So in conclusion, how do you like my pick? I like your pick very much, but how do you like my pick?